this is your dream girl, Jasmine, from Dream Girl Spirituality. Today I will be doing a video on your spiritual awakening, your spiritual journey, our spiritual journey. And today I will cover topics like 1111, the activation code, being sensitive, which is being an empath, being authentic, living your purpose, as well as using your gifts to help others and connecting with source and the importance of it. So let's start with 1111. Now, before we get into 1111, before 1111 is when we're going through life, we're in school, we're worried about, our friends, what we're going to wear, where we're going to work, just the physical aspect of things, anything physical, meaning of this earth, of this world. When you start to get into our spirituality, the inner core of us, our soul, our spirit, anything godly, we start seeing the activation code of 1111, which means new beginnings, new awareness, new perceptions, and the start of something new. So for me, before I started seeing 1111, it was more so the physical world, what I'm going to wear. Like, I had to have the name brands, and, I was worrying about school, what college I was going to go to, things of that nature. And then one day something just shook me up. And I started to think about more so about my purpose. Why am I here? When we die, where do we go? Do we truly have a soul? Or is this just a vessel? What is this body? Who's controlling this body, right? And I start to see 1111 more. It was an awakening code, because I started to have a new perspective on life, on spirituality, and also on the physical world. Start to see it for what it really was. So 1111 comes to you at a time of new awareness. As we're on our spiritual journey, we see 1111 a lot as well. So it means you're reaching new levels of awareness, of a perspective. You're starting to grow in your perspective, is what it's saying. Now let's get into my second point, which is being an empath, being sensitive. Now this goes hand in hand with, the whole spiritual journey. Because once I started to realize, what about what's inside? Who am I? I started to realize how sensitive I was. Because before my spiritual journey came along, before the awakening, before all of that, I wasn't aware that I was an empath. I didn't know how sensitive I was to another's energies. I know as a young girl, as a young woman, I was selective on who I hang around. I can instantly tell, that person is not so good, or that person is this, blah, blah, blah. But it was more so from a judgmental perspective. And I wasn't aware that I was just, sensitive to the energies of others, because that's what being empath is all about. It's being sensitive, not just to energy, it's just to life. You're sensitive, you're raw, it's like anything, you pick up on everything, literally. You pick up on how a person looks, or, you pick up on everything, to the point where sometimes you could know what a person is thinking just by their facial expression, their body language, and things of that nature. But after the spiritual awakening, I started to realize how sensitive I was to others and, just to life in general. So being an empath has been another big thing on my spiritual journey. It was just eye-opening, which brought me to a new level of awareness of things, right? So then I'm going to go into my third point. And this new level of things is being authentic. Because being an empath, you see all these different energies and, these different physical beings. You start to kind of question who I am. Who am I? You know, I know that energy isn't good. I know that energy is good. I know that energy is something, but what is my energy saying? You know, you start to delve more into self and what is self trying to convey. You know, your inner self, what is that trying to convey? What is it trying to express through you, your physical vessel? So being authentic, being ourselves is actually how we live our purpose. Now imagine that everyone doing what everyone else is doing, right? Imagine that. What would you have? You would have a bunch of Beyoncés. Imagine having a million Beyoncés. Like, whoa, wouldn't that be scary and kind of robotic and problematic? And it's really no way of progression if we're all just alike. Now, being authentic is being yourself, not being afraid to be who you are, speak what you speak, to convey and express your perspective. Because not all of us will have the same perspective. You have to come here to express your perspective and how you view things, your beliefs, your belief system. Believe it or not, your belief system does not come from an outer source. It comes from an inner source, which is within you, right? So being able to live your purpose, you're able to be authentically you. Because guess what? When you're able to be authentically you, you're not afraid. You're not in fear of anything. You're you and you don't care what no one says. Like, I'm me. Like, who wouldn't want to be me? But not saying that other people should want to be like you. But by you expressing who you are, you're fulfilling your life purpose and you're fulfilling God's purpose for your life. Because we are different variations, expressions of God. God itself, source. We are different variations. Like, for instance, you can be an empath, you can be a psychic, a medium, but no empath, psychic, or medium is all the same, right? It's different things. Like, I know some empaths that are just so sensitive that they can't even leave their homes, you know, but it's more so their message is something totally different from the empath that's an extrovert, that's out there feeling these energies, that's able to, you know, decipher them then and there. This empath that's not able to leave home may be there just to write books or things of that nature to kind of get you more into the deeper aspect of it because they went more deeper into the empathism than the person that's more so of an extrovert. So being authentic helps you to live your purpose and to go on to the next point, to use your gifts for your benefit and the benefit of others. Because once we're able to be authentically us, guess what? Your gifts start to unfold. Then you start to see who you really are and what your real purpose is. And your gifts, my gifts started to unfold, I say, literally about 6 or 7 years ago. Now, when I say unfold, I mean more so like me being in awareness of it. Me being in awareness of it. More and more of an awareness of it. Because I've had these gifts all my life since I've been here. They're embedded in us. They're embedded in you. They're embedded in me and everyone. But it's not until we're aware of them that they start to surface and we're able to utilize them, not for only the benefit of us, but for the benefit of others as well. So, my gifts did not come into play until like 6 or 7 years ago. Me being an empath, me being able to recognize different energies. Now I'm at the point to where I'm documenting energies. Honestly, I'm documenting energies because it's many variations of energy, just to say. But some variations are within variations of other energies, so they're easy to categorize. Like, literally, you can categorize these energies. That way, when you see that, you already know it for what it is. There's no decipher, no veil that's tricking you. Because you have some tricky energies. But that's something totally different topic. I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but I'm documenting energies now. And that just shows you the progression of my gifts. Next, I would like to touch on the connection with Source. Now, I believe this is the most important thing, because not until I came into connection with Source was I able to realize who I am as a being, as a vessel, as a being, a spiritual divine being. So having that connection with Source, no matter how you do it, whether you meditate, whether you pray, whether you just like to go on nature walks, whatever, to kind of get in the depth of things, get in the depth of yourself, get in the depth of who you are, who God is to you, connection with that Source. It amplifies who you are as an individual. It amplifies your gifts, and it amplifies how others see you. Being in connection with Source is the most beneficial thing that anyone can ever do in their life. Now, when I say connection with Source, it's many different ways we could connect with Source. Me, honestly, I like to pray in the shower. I like to go out alone by myself to where I can hear my thoughts and also hear God's words. Because our thoughts and God's words are a little bit on the same path. I mean, not the same path, on the same scale, so to speak. Because it's really no separation, but it's a scale. Just like love and hate. It's a scale of things. You can love a person extremely, and then you can kind of love a person, and then you can hate a person. You get what I'm saying? So it's all on the same scale. So I like to go on nature walks in order to kind of, get a connection is the only way I can describe it. It's a connection that I only can get by doing that. So it's important to tap into who you are, to tap into that God Source. I feel like that is the most important thing that we can do. And I say do this daily, literally daily, because the way life is now, it's like a spiritual battle, and it's like we're in battle with ourselves to figure out who we are and what our purpose is, because honestly we're only given a certain amount of time on this earth in order to express who we are. We're only given a certain amount of time, and in that time we're supposed to grow to a certain level. That way, once we pass on, we can move on to the next level. We're here for a reason, so we must figure that reason out and live our purpose and not get distracted by, the worldly things. Yes, we're supposed to be able to use the world to our advantage, but not to the point where it distracts us from our purpose. And in doing this, that's when a true abundance comes. That's when you start seeing support from others, support from friends and families. People will start supporting you. So now you're not like in battle with yourself. You know how you're really not sure of yourself. So everyone's questioning like your beliefs and what you believe in and all of this. But once you start being sure of yourself, you'll start to see that dwindle, because people will start seeing that you're sure of yourself, so they don't have to question who you are and what you believe. And I think that's it for today. I thank you for viewing. I would like to do more videos, so I would like for you guys to comment in the section. The comment section. Tell me what you would like to hear me speak on. But this is my first video for Dream Girl Spirituality, and I just want to thank you all for viewing. I will do a video on what Dream Girl Spirituality is to me, and what it has to offer for you. So thank you again for viewing, and I hope this video kind of enlighten you a bit and change your perspective a little. And what I would like to say to you is dream big. Thank you.